We are live. Hooray! Hi!
Yay!
Welcome to the Convention of Heroes After Dark programming. Tonight, we are going to have a game of Tiny Supers run by our illustrious GM, Alan Barr.
Hi.
Alan, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Tiny Supers, please.
Sure. As was previously mentioned, I am Alan Barr. I am the designer of Tiny Supers, as well as the folk who own the publishing company that publishes the game. So I guess I am a designer publisher. I don't know. I never really phrased it that way, and it sounded really inelegant, and I regret everything up to this point. So hard. Tiny Supers is a minimalist superhero role-playing game. Pen and paper, classic tabletop, dice chucking action. It was the best-selling superhero RPG in 2019. It's won awards. It is a platinum bestseller on DriveThru RPG, the leading marketplace for supers. Kickstarter campaign, I don't know. It's awesome. I'm awesome. Buy the game. Like
You should
you'll have a great time. It's easy to learn, easy to teach, easy to play. So the folks who play with me, aside from Amanda, have just learned the game in about the 4 minutes before we went live.
Yep.
So as an example to how easy this game is to teach and learn, we are playing it wildly unprepared. It was gonna be great.
Sounds great.
Absolutely.
So let's go around the table and introduce everybody. I'll start, I guess, since I'm already talking. Hi, I'm Amanda Call. I run a webcomic called Age of Night, and I'm also a freelance illustrator for the tabletop gaming industry. And we can go ahead and introduce our characters, too, at this point. I guess that would work. Unless you had a way you wanted to do it in-game, Alan.
No, that's fine. We can totally do it right now.
Perfect. So then the character that I'm playing is the archetype of the Brute. My character's name is Thora Ferris, and her superhero alias is the Wrecking Ball. All right. And Diana, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Diana Lorraine. I am the co-GM, co-creator of Christmas Tide, Ohio, which is a Kids on Bikes actual play podcast set in a fictional Christmas-themed town in the 1980s. And then I'm also the co-host of Powered by the Players, a Powered by the Apocalypse actual play podcast where we do mini campaigns and one-shots with a rotating diverse cast.
I totally heard co-host, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but that sounds like a great podcast to be on.
Thank you. And today I am playing the archetype of the detective, Jenny Mace, aka the Sentry.
Very nice. And Dan.
I'm Dan Heinrich. I'm a paralegal by day, and by night I do some developmental editing of superhero novels and action adventure novels. And I also have edited and play tested RPGs for Deep Seven Publishing, including Airship Daedalus, Aeroflight, and their newest entry, Grim World, which is a lot of fun.
And what about your character, Dan?
Oh, don't! I'm playing a character? Well, my character's name is Martin Benoit.
Balls.
And he is a blaster archetype, and his superhero name is Hepcat.
You're going to have to not say your last name because I can't get the Archer gag out of my head.
Yeah, well, that's part of the reason I chose it. So
Here we go.
Just think the Knives Out guy.
Right.
Yeah, I went through that whole movie in my head saying balls every time he said his name. So it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is after hours, though, so sorry.
That's fine.
No worries.
We'll try to keep it PG-13, and I will only try to say it in my head going forward. But if I get lost every time he says his name, that's what I'm doing in my head. All right. Excellent. So, our heroes, for ease of play, we're going to assume you all know each other. We're going to assume you've all worked together and you have a good working relationship.
Okay.
Thought that was me for a minute. And we are going to assume you are relatively well-ish known in your town, which is a East Coast city set near the Mid-Atlantic coast, known as Fletcher City.
Fletcher?
Fletcher.
Fletcher.
Okay.
And Fletcher City is a nickname given to the city, but it's given because the primary hero of the city, the famous hero of the city, is a superhero named Talon, who is an archer extraordinaire. And much like one would expect, when there is a hero of one type, sidekicks and co-heroes of that same type tend to follow. So this has sort of become known as the city of archers, hence Fletcher City. And there are all these, there's Talon, and then there's his sidekick Talon 2, which is also an archer. There's Elfshot, who is an archer who claims to be from an alternate dimension and is an elf, but everybody is kind of like, maybe not. We don't know.
Nice.
You've got Darkbow, the preeminent villain of the... Yeah, whatever, Amanda. I saw that look.
I like it.
It's a superhero game. We're going with it.
The archer superheroes are my favorites, so.
Yeah. Subtle. I'm so subtle. Darkbow. Could he be good? Could he be bad? Who knows?
Maybe. He's a bad guy.
He's the bad guy. Not even subtle. Although I do have some pictures, so let me... I don't know if I can actually share my screen here.
That's a great question.
So maybe I don't have pictures. I lied. No pictures. Whatever. It's not a big deal. There are pictures, and someday you will see them in a Tiny Super.
Yeah.
So buy our supplements, and maybe you'll see these pictures one day. But they're over here on my
Oh,
screen.
you should have screen share ability down at the bottom of the screen. Do you not have that?
I'm checking.
Okay.
Nope, I'm just bad at technology. You think I'd be better. Sorry, everybody watching.
It's okay.
Nope, and my computer picture viewer just crashed. Whatever.
Oh, no.
Picture. Whatever.
Oh, no.
So you've got these archers. And so they've kind of been running the city for a while. And heroes who aren't archers tend to get less press in Fletcher City. A city with neighborhoods with notable names such as Sherwood Heights, Arrowwood Hills, Artemis Technical University, New Agincourt, New Loxley. The city they have a brand, and they've kind of leaned into it at a city council level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's actually a motion on the books to rename the city Fletcher City and just go whole hog. Like, they host the archery competition in the Olympics last time they came to the U.S. Like, they are on brand, right? They have
married their theme.
right.
I respect this wholeheartedly. Diana does.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is kind of think of this as like a pseudo near future city. So, 10 years down the road, they have like anti-grav monorails, sort of that kind of light science fiction stuff you would expect to see without being too crazy. And so you've all been operating the city for a while, and it's a weird blend of like really dark and evil sometimes and punching bag arrows the next day. Like, it's kind of all over the board. Almost as though different people were writing the issues, and the tone has wildly escalated at times. It's going to be great. All right. So, however, we will go to our hero, the Wrecking Ball. What does the Wrecking Ball do during downtime, Amanda?
During downtime, the Wrecking Ball is very much about chilling to the max.
Okay.
So this is a lot of I'm in my giant oversized beanbag chair, like the love sack ones that are like the size of an actual couch, because the Wrecking Ball is in fact physically extremely imposing. She's about 7 feet tall and about 4 feet wide. And so she's like, no, I just want to chill. I don't want to do anything. I just want to conserve my energy and like play video games and eat snacks and not be bothered with anything that's going to stress me out right now.
Okay. So you're doing that, and I just wanted you to know, Amanda, every time you talk in my head, I hear the boulder from...
Yes, exactly.
The Wrecking Ball is confused.
The Wrecking Ball is playing Animal Crossing right now.
And your phone buzzes with a news alert. And apparently a unknown metahuman, the generic term for not an ordinary person, is engaged in a battle in the nuclear power plant at the heart of Fletcher City
Oh,
with an eco-terrorist villain known as Meltdown.
no.
The name Meltdown is ominous. Meltdown got their powers during the Chernobyl disaster. And they look, Diana, don't laugh at my cheesy B movie superhero crap. This is
I'm
what
100% I am 100% respecting the cheese factor.
It's
Okay,
amazing. It's wonderful.
I am
All right.
laughing with appreciation.
That is the laughter of joy, not derision.
All right.
Correct.
It's hard to tell over the internet.
I'm here for it.
All right.
I'm praising you.
So Meltdown is become this eco-terrorist trying to, stop industrialization, things like that. And it's complicated because their end goals are good. They're not an eco-terrorist who's like, we have to kill all the people. They're like, we need to do less of the bad stuff we're doing. And you're not listening, so I'm going to get the point across.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, getting the point across usually has a lot of human life cost to it in their eyes. And they don't see that as a problem. And so they've been in town before. They've been tangled with before. Meltdown is a very high level, power level villain. And so this power suit metahuman, they're like in an armored suit, and they're zooming around, firing energy blasts, and Meltdown's firing nuclear blasts at them, and there's a whole thing going back. Yeah, right in the middle of a nuclear reactor downtown.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do about that, Wrecking Ball?
I'm gonna FaceTime my I'm gonna pull up a FaceTime call with my fellow supers, Sentry and Hepcat, and wait for somebody to answer. Come on, pick up.
I will pick up for just a few rings, having just wrapped up the community center basketball practice for the 12-year-old boys that I've been running at that point. So, yeah, I'll check in.
I pick up almost immediately, but I'm hands-free. I'm in the middle of my artisanal Lego practice.
Love it.
You say Lego?
Yes.
Okay. Wanted to make sure I understood what was happening.
Hey, does anybody else watching the news right now?
Not at the moment. Nope.
I'm finding my center.
You're gonna have to put a pin in that for right now. We need to go to the nuclear reactor. Meltdown's there, and he's blasting things.
Okay. Hey, I'm always up for fighting evil, but are we the best team to be taking down? I mean, I blast things, you smash things, and she detects things. Are we sure we're the best people to go in on this?
I prefer deduce.
Right. Sorry. I'm old-fashioned. It's a detective to me, but you can be a deducer. I just slip.
I'm a collector of knowledge.
I mean, I feel like we should probably at least show up and try, right?
Yeah, you're probably right. Innocent
Right?
lives. Innocent lives.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you there. Do you have a ride? Can you get there in like now? Can you get there like nowishly?
GM, can I get there nowishly?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Figure I've got some way to transport through the city. if
Yeah,
I've been
you hop
operating
in your
for a
Honda
while.
Civic and you have yeah.
I'll get there post haste.
Okay.
As you're
sounds
going,
great.
Diana, our detective hero, the Sentry, would you give me a knowledge roll? So the way this works is you're going to roll 2d6, and
Okay.
as long as either dice is a 5 or 6, you're successful.
Okay.
However, if I recall correctly, the detective archetype comes with a trait that helps you remember things, which grants you advantage on the test, which means instead of 2, you roll 3 dice. And so you have a better chance to get that single 5 or 6 you're looking for.
Yes, because I chose eidetic memory.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, I did roll a 6.
All right. So you are successful on the test. Woo!
Woohoo!
All right. You remember that Meltdown actually has been locked up in what's known as Triptech X, which is a high security supervillain prison.
Okay.
And the reason it's called that, it exists in 3 different dimensions simultaneously, so it's harder to escape from.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Right, Amanda? Look at that, using art terms. For
Very
fucking
nice. I
terms
like
of-
it.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
right.
it.
So you don't know how, like, nobody has ever escaped from this prison.
Okay.
So the fact that Meltdown there is weird and possibly the sign of a much larger scale problem.
Okay.
All right. You all, conveniently enough, arrive simultaneously through your various modes of transportation.
Excellent.
Do you arrive in costume? Like, how does this play out?
Well, my I was accidentally injected with a experimental nanotech metal called the constantly altering titanium. So I can use that to automatically transform into not like a full-on armored, but like a light metal coating as my uniform, and I do that and en route.
Okay.
I have changed from my everyday attire to my super attire, which is just swapping out my tie.
Does your super tie have little magnifying glasses on it? Is that the difference? Like,
Yes,
I love it. All right, I'm
it,
there.
it is now.
You can tell when I'm on the case because magnifying glasses,
Exactly.
Well, if I wore that in everyday life, people would know.
right?
It would be too noticeable.
I'm gonna rule that this works. Like, nobody knows who your secret identity because the tie switch.
'Cause this is the tie.
Yeah.
Hey, it works for Clark Kent. It works for me.
Yep. And Wrecking Ball.
So pretty much she always wears the same thing, which is like jogger type sweatpants and like a tank top, like a muscle shirt type tank top. Basically, I just always look like I've either come from the gym or the couch. One or the other. Can't quite be sure. It's the couch.
All right, so you all simultaneously, within a few seconds of each other, arrive and conveniently depart at the same space even. So you're right there, team assembled.
Fantastic. What do we see?
So this is the classic looking power plant, right? With the big, like, domey towers, and there's pipes and pistons and water mains everywhere.
Mhm.
And the center of it, so there's 4 towers, and in the very center, there is just a crater. And there is, like, you can see sparks and blasts of energy flying off. I assume you have a utility pelt, detective, and your Geiger counter, which you must have. Yeah, I know what people pick. Yeah. Your Geiger counter is going nuts with radiation. And you see, like, a blast of light shoot straight up for a minute and dissipates into the clouds. And there's somebody zooming around. You can see the rocket trails from the rocket boots.
Are there workers or other civilians?
No,
in the
this
area?
is pretty well evacuated. The nuclear power plant actually has been attacked so many times it's now fully automated. They actually have, like, a centrally located AI that runs it for them.
Okay.
So it's been well.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, there's been some upgrades to make sure things stay safe.
All right.
Do we
So-
see Meltdown anywhere?
Yes, in the bottom of the crater, his hands are glowing this this toxic orange color almost, with radiation, and, like, there's a black almost cornea around them, kind of emanating, where the heat is so intense it's actually, like, blacked out where you can look. I don't know if you've ever seen, like, what radiation looks like, but it's bonkers. And so this is, like, full on. They're like, what is this? And he is blasting, like, throwing up these, like, energy bolts, and you see them streaking through the sky. And the power suit is, like, diving to the side, trying, evasive maneuvers, firing rockets. And they're basically, it's classic superhero, right? Rockets, blow up the rocket, shoot a blast. Oh, my nano shield deflects it.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, there is a resounding crack, and you see the armored suit take a blast right to the chest. And, like, shards of metal just fly up where their chest plate seems to have been just destroyed, and a body just tumbling to the ground.
Oh no.
Um,
I'm gonna
Can-
jump and try to catch him before he
okay.
falls out of the sky.
Okay, give me a roll. Do you have a trait that would give you advantage on this roll?
I have my super jump, so I am capable of jumping up to several city blocks as an action. So
Oh.
I'm going to attempt to jump into the path of this falling person and try to grab onto him.
Give me a test to catch them. You can jump just fine.
Okay, I succeeded.
All right, so you through the air, kind of that Hulk style jump, right? Like the and your arms are out, and you just kind of pass through them.
Ah!
And you keep going, and there's a weird flicker. And you see Meltdown flicker, you see the crater flicker, and you see the falling figure flicker. And then it resumes, and there's a splat.
Did
And
we all see the flicker, or just her when she was?
You all see the
We
flicker.
all see the flicker.
Okay. I wish I knew how to create sensors with my.
That was
Uh,
weird.
The Geiger counter was going off, right?
Yes.
So the radiation, at least, is real. I wonder. Have you deduced anything?
Well, I know for a fact that this guy was in the Tritex jail.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Of course, I know
like-
what that is.
I'll tell you, because you need to remember how important this is. This is across several dimensions. It's going to take us dealing with several dimensions. That's usually 3. It's usually 3. It could also imply more. In this case, it only means 3.
Right.
That's what the try is for.
Try. Exactly.
Try. The
Yes.
try means 3, but several
Yes,
can
thank you.
imply more. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we've got the armor guy on the ground at the moment. Yes.
Well,
I feel like he's probably
kind
a
of not
former
him
former
there,
armored
yeah.
guy now. Ugh.
Right.
I believe
the hero formerly known as Armor Guy is kind of there.
is no.
Right. But we see the
Pancake
armor and
that guy.
the armor and the body on the ground. Right.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like a pile of red gunk there now.
And Meltdown is doing what at this point?
Oh, he is blasting a hole into the crater, like trying to get deeper into the ground.
Okay.
Like he's looking for something.
I think he's
Yeah.
bending the dimensions.
Maybe. Let's see.
I don't
a
know
good
what
old
that
blast-
means.
It means he's in 3 places at once.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure I know what that means either, but
It means bad.
I want to
All
see what a blast from the good old blaster can do.
Okay.
Um,
Is this your mastered weapon?
yes.
Okay, so that means you get to roll 3 dice when attacking with it. So give me a roll. Looking for
Okay.
that 5 or 6. And now because Meltdown's not aware of you, you can take the chance to focus before you shoot, which means you succeed on a 4, 5, or 6.
Oh, I will absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Although it always tends to look like I shoot from the hip as the gun manifests from my left hip. But I will take that moment to focus. Good thing I did, because there's a 4, 2, 3, and a 4.
All right. So there's is this like an energy bolt looking thing?
Yeah, more like a sonic wavy, not quite visible, but you see the shimmer through the air.
That
Kind of a
classic,
thing.
like undulating, like ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cyborg sonic cannon kind of thing.
Okay. I get it. I dig it. So
Yeah.
that shoots out of your quick draw hip,
Mhm.
trick hip, and it rakes through the ground, and you see pebbles and debris flying everywhere, and it hits Meltdown, and the whole thing flickers. The crater, Meltdown, the pile of red goo that was once Armor Dude, all of it flickers.
Excellent.
Everybody roll me a test. If you have the perceptive trait, you will get advantage on this test.
I succeed whatever we're doing.
Same.
No.
Nice.
Pair of 3s.
Okay. So Sentry and Hepcat, you are that's weird. It's flickering. Wrecking Ball, you're like, this is clearly a hologram.
Oh yeah, it's a hologram.
Oh yeah,
And it all
hologram.
vanishes.
Sure.
Yeah.
It all disappears.
Just vanishes.
All of it. There's no crater. There's a perfectly now there's a central plaza that has like a gouge in it where somebody's energy beam cut through it.
Well, yeah.
Oops.
You're welcome. That was
there's no red mess. There's no damage. The Geiger counter has stopped going off.
How could this be? I must recalibrate this later.
Well, I mean, there's lots of ways it could be. We are in a meta-human filled city full of people who like to do things like make holograms appear while they're busy doing something else bad, which now I'm worried what that is.
Or they're projecting this is actually going on somewhere else and it was being projected here.
Hey, Hepcat.
Yeah.
That's
All
very
of a sudden,
insightful.
this green mesh net envelops you,
Oh,
and you
Griffith.
and the two of you see Hepcat suddenly like it's like from above. This net falls and like scoops Hepcat up, and like up and out of sight. And you're gonna take 1 damage because the net is electrified with some sort of energy and it's like coursing through you.
Oh,
It's actually disrupting the metal in your body.
Oh,
bastard.
that makes my teeth.
Okay.
right?
Can I activate my force field as a way to separate myself from the net so I don't continue to take damage from the electricity?
You know what? Give me a test.
Okay.
Because you're trying to concentrate on activating your powers while this is hitting you.
Okay. So is that a disadvantage or a standard?
No, I'll give you a standard test.
Okay. 1 and a 6.
Okay, well, that's all you need is a single success. So you are
Yep.
good to go. You manage to like kind of do a little pulsy shield around yourself so that at least the net's not on you. But you can't expend it too far. It's taking all your concentration. Just keep it here.
Right. Okay. And how far up am I at this point?
You get pulled about 4 to 5 stories up.
Okay.
And then you're dumped kind of unceremoniously on this ledge, still in a net.
Okay.
And there are 2 figures standing there in front of you. They're wearing kind of that standard near future military body armor vibe with the black body
Okay.
armor, right? They have like red visor glasses things on. You can
Okay.
see like heads up displays in them. Male and female. The woman has kind of a reddish hair and is very long and like shaved on one side, styled to the side on the other. And
Okay.
the man is kind of tall and he looks they both look like they're in good shape. Like they look like military people.
Okay.
Like very kind of tough, badass action movie military people.
Okay. Have I ever seen these in particular before? Does it beyond kind of standard issue bad guy looking military hardware?
Roll a d6, and on a 5 or 6 you have.
I have not.
Nope, they're weird strangers who put you in a net.
All right.
Were we able to see where?
You saw him get hauled up.
Okay,
Okay.
but we didn't see where he ended up.
No,
Okay.
but I mean, there's only there's one building right here, so
Right, yeah.
you don't hear a helicopter or anything. So
I'll stall for time for my compatriots to help me out before just blasting away and say, "Who are you? What do you want?"
the man kind of looks at you and this is the one, and the woman like shrugs and holds up like a kind of like a data pad kind of thing with your picture on it and like your bio information and stuff. And he like looks like, all right, well, I really expected something more.
Ow!
Rude.
And he's like, can you turn off your force field for me?
No.
He like takes a syringe out. It's a lot easier if you just turn off the force field. I don't want to have to like deactivate it for you. That neural blowback is not fun.
Stalling for time.
Okay, we'll cut to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
What's going on?
We gotta go get him.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
up there, so let's go up there.
Yeah, can I grab onto Sentry and jump up to where they are?
Do you
Or
have
is there
super,
not enough? What?
do you have super strength
Super strength?
or the strong trait?
Yes, I do have super strength.
Yeah. You don't even have to test. You grab them and you super jump.
Whee!
Hang on.
And so he's talking to you, and you're like, I don't want to turn off my force field, dude. And he's like, you should turn off your force field, dude. And then all of a sudden, crash and Wrecking Ball and Sentry. It's a little jarring, Sentry. This isn't the most comfortable landing you've ever had.
Yeah. Can I have a taser and try and tase the guy?
Absolutely.
Yay!
Give me what's your mastered weapon?
What does that mean, huh?
So on your character sheet, there's a spot for mastered weapon.
Oh,
What kind of weapon are you best with? You can write whatever you want in there. You can write taser if you want.
I'm gonna say taser.
All right, great, taser.
Okay.
Can you roll?
Ooh, I got 5. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you reach out and tase him, and he like
Tase-
you hit him in this body armor, and he like looks down at you and looks up at you and, where are you?
I'm telling you to stop messing with my friend.
He's kind of twitching a little bit. Like it's clearly not like fully tasing him, but it's getting his attention.
Okay.
He's like, I'm not here for you. We're just here for your friend. And
What?
the woman like pulls up this big like sci-fi pulse rifle looking gun.
Which one does? The guy who had the syringe or the other
No,
one?
the woman.
The woman.
And it starts glowing like this ominous blue color. He's like, can you stop? And he's like starting to hunch over and he's like, this really isn't comfortable.
That's
Um,
the point.
Is there in the system, do we have an initiative order or anything like that? Or can we just kind of
No,
shout
we-
out our actions?
You can kind of we're keeping this pretty freeform, so go for it.
Great. I would like to see if I can blast the syringe out of his hand.
Okay, yeah, give me a roll.
Okay.
You're gonna have to drop your force field to do it though.
Okay. I took the regeneration, which says I recover 1 stress capacity at the start of your turn. So
so you get that one back.
I'll get that one back. Okay. I'll kind of count on my regeneration to keep the bad stuff at bay for a minute.
Yeah.
5.
All right. So he's like kind of trying to grab where you're holding the taser against him, right? And push you away. And he's like hunched over and he's got a syringe in his hand. It's filled with this weird red glowy liquid. And all of a sudden this blast of energy like hits his hand and the syringe goes like spiraling into the wall and shatters.
Nice.
He's like, what the hell?
Young
And,
sir.
The net collapses on you and you take 1 damage.
Okay. So back down to 5. Young sir, you're going to have to do better than that if you want to take a sample from me.
I'm not trying to take a sample.
What are you trying to do? You won't tell me anything.
I'm trying to drug you so we can take you where you need to go.
Where does he need to go?
Can you stop tasing me so I can tell you?
Take the net off and she'll stop tasing you.
Look,
Yeah, take the net off. She'll stop tasing you. We can all have a conversation without giant pulse
I
rifles or
can't.
electric nets.
I can't take the net off until you stop tasing me.
You have exactly
You're
2
short-circuiting-
seconds.
You're short-circuiting the control panel on my wrist.
Oh.
Okay. So I'll stop tasering him for 2 seconds.
And you guys his back and he takes out his thing. Like, and the net like retracts and it like kind of folds up into this little floating silver drone ball thingy that like goes and hovers by his shoulder.
That's cool.
Oh.
You know, if you want people to go places, you should just ask instead of electrified netting them and stuff.
Or making us believe that there was danger to our entire city. I assume the hologram was you too?
Yeah. And he looks at the woman who like looks at him. Wrecking Ball, Sentry. He's like, who?
Rude.
She's like, I think they're heroes in town. He's like, oh, God. All right,
I
heroes.
point to my tie. Come on.
Yeah. Look, we're not here for you. We're just here for Hepcat. There's no need to get this messed up. We were paid to bring him in, so that's what we're doing.
Bring
By
me in
who?
where? Yeah, that too.
This is my wife, Angela Ketch. My name is Aaron Release.
Catch and release?
We're like superhero bounty hunters.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Well, you didn't seem like you were going with it. What is tending do you tease people on, lady?
What? I mean, you were hurting my friend, and
Burned.
good.
He's like holding his side and kind of hunched over.
Who are you working for?
Client, the bounty hunter confidentiality. I can't disclose that.
That's not a thing.
Let me warm up my
That's
taser.
never been a thing.
He like takes a step back. He's like, look, we're trying to do this nice. Like, I don't want to let Angela shoot you with her pulse cannon, but I will.
I want to tase. I'm going to tase Angela instead.
It's just gonna run up and tase a lady.
Yep.
Now we're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
So everybody makes a 2d6 test. If you are successful, you will go before the bad guys. If you fail, you go after them.
I am successful.
Okay.
I am too.
Okay. So Sentry and Hepcat will go before catch and release, after which Wrecking Ball will go.
Okay.
And you
Go
two can whatever order you want, that's between the two of you.
Sentry, you were the one who called the action, so I'll follow your lead.
I am going to tase Angela with the big gun
Okay.
now.
So you rush up, give me your mastered attack roll with 3 dice.
All right. Ooh, I got 2 successes out of that.
You only need 1.
Yep.
So, and she like jerks and like the pulse cannon goes off and it blows a giant chunk out of the top of the reactor. Like a giant bead crater where the energy blast hits it, and you can see smoke and debris crumbling down.
Oops.
Hepcat.
I'm going to try another shot at the gun itself.
Okay.
Yes. Got a 5.
So you blast the pulse cannon, and the containment field containing the antimatter matter reactionary stasis chamber starts to crack.
Oh,
It's like vibrating and pulsating.
I don't understand new tech. That was probably a bad call. I don't. This is.
They kind of look at each other and catch. And Angela tosses the pulse rifle to Hepcat. And then Release grabs her, and they jump off the edge of the balcony. And as they're falling, like there's like this flickering light, and then they just kind of vanish. Little personal teleporter effect.
Bastards.
You're holding a pulsating, like pulse cannon.
Wrecking Ball, can you get rid of this for us?
I mean, I can try, and I'm just gonna pitch it as far as I can toward whatever looks like the safest direction I can.
Well,
think
this is a
of.
port city, so there's an ocean over there.
All right, toward the ocean. Hopefully, not toward any boats.
Okay.
I'm so glad the nuclear power plant is right near the ocean. That's not a recipe for disaster at all.
Nothing
That's
bad
convenient.
ever
It's
happens
free
that
salt
way.
water to cool the plant, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, give me a strength test with disadvantage.
Oh my gosh! I actually made it.
And there's this, and then there's like this blinding blue light, and you see a body fall into the water from where the gun exploded, and there's like a.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Yep.
A body?
Did we just kill someone?
Oh, I don't know. I'll go find out.
Well, we should at least ID them.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
leaping out into the harbor. Apparently,
Splash. How does Wrecking Ball swim? Is it a not well situation?
not well. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of flailing and
You know,
very
doggy
big
paddle.
splashing.
Uh,
Doggy paddle.
Yes.
All right. So you get out there, whatever means necessary. There is is the power armor dude.
What?
He's like floating in the water.
But is he actually? I'm gonna poke him and make
Yeah,
sure he's
no,
actually
it's-
there this time.
It's a corporeal physical thing.
All right. I'm gonna sling him over my shoulder and doggy paddle back to land.
and we'll make our way to the wharf.
I'm hard to miss. I'm obviously coming.
Well,
As
we'll
you're
meet you
going-
and help you with body armor, dude.
As you're going, Sentry, give me a quick 2d6 test.
Ooh, I get 1 success.
You can see a little bit in the distance. You can see Catch and Release kind of watching you. They're not making any moves. They're just kind of standing on a rooftop looking.
Okay.
And they're kind of shadowing you as you all go this way.
I whispered to Hepcat, let's keep it chill. We're being watched.
You got it, Daddy-o.
All right. So, Wrecking Ball, body on the beach. Sentry and Hepcat arrive.
He's actually here this time. He's like physically
alive?
actually here. I don't know. What do I look like, a doctor?
Does the armor look intact?
The armor looks intact. It also looks completely sealed.
Oh.
Wonder if he's a robot. Can you deduce
Have
if he's
you
a
checked on
robot?
it?
Yeah,
What?
I'm like knocking on it. Like, hey.
The eye lights like flare up, and all of a sudden, like you get shoved back,
Ah!
and the armor scrambles away, and like whirls on you, and goes like this, and you see like energy things like light up, and then sparks fly, and he kind of jerks back, and this is a problem.
Well, we just saved your life, so maybe don't fire on us, even if you could.
Thank you for the rescue. It's appreciated.
Do any of us recognize this power armor dude?
Never seen him before.
Who are you working for?
That's complicated. Are you Jenny Mace, the Sentry?
Who wants to know?
You can call me Power Down.
Power down.
And can I shake your hand?
You kind of smell fishy.
All right. And Miss Ferris.
Yeah.
And, like, he actually comes up and hugs you.
Oh,
It's
I guess this is what we're doing now. Okay.
been so long since I've seen you. You look so young.
What?
Are we in a time travel situation here?
Perhaps.
And you can't tell because it might interfere with the whole continuum thingy.
Well, no, that's not how time works.
That's not how time. I don't know how time works.
It doesn't really work. It's just a giant mess. That was like the big scientific discovery of
You
2015.
can't affect
Time is just-
affect the timeline.
It's mostly just bullshit.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
Like, it's just
All right.
every theory's been proven wrong. We basically have no idea.
Okay.
And I'm kind of from the future, but kind of not. But that's not important. You're Barton.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not Barton Benoit?
No. I'm Martin.
Oh, I wrote down Barton because I just assumed it was alliterative.
What?
No. I'm not
Oh.
Stanley.
You're Martin.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Except, I always forget that that's a secret. I'm
Oh,
Hepcat.
Secret safe with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like Power Down knows all our identities, and there's
Yeah,
really no
clearly.
point playing this game right now.
But nope.
I will.
Still, I should be in the habit by now. It's something I keep forgetting.
What is?
Are you working for Wrecking Ball or in the future? Is that what's going on?
No, you could say we're friends.
Do you work for Catch and Release? Because they're watching us right now.
Say the 22nd.
Yes.
Yep.
Uh-huh. And the holographic meltdown power down fight at the power plant.
Yeah, you
That's-
were working
Yeah.
for them on the 22nd of it. Yeah, you were, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. That's a problem.
Why is that a problem? We need explanations more
Yeah.
than we need vague
It's-
statements.
A little. Sure. Do you have a place we can go talk?
Turning to Sentry, do you think we can shake these guys? Meaning catch and release?
Well, I always have my taser.
I was thinking lose them as opposed to fight them, but
Right. We just have to get away from them.
You just, potato, potato. Um, yeah, I think we can get away from them. We just need to get away quickly. And we have to
Okay.
pick a very strategic place to go that they won't find us.
Oh, so where are we going?
The laundromat.
The
Okay.
laundromat. Okay, I like
that is a
that.
great idea.
The one on 39th and 4th?
Fourth northeast, not
Okay.
fourth north.
And he kind of holds out his hand and like a portal opens in the air. And after you.
Oh, cool.
On the other side, you can see the laundromat.
Nice.
Sweet.
This is certainly more efficient.
I'm definitely going through that portal. I'm excited for that.
I go through the portal.
I will go through last, but I'll power up my force field before I step through.
Okay, he steps through after you and the portal closes, and you can see Kitchen Release like running out of yelling, and then it like it probably won't take them long to figure out where we went. There's not many laundromats nearby.
Yeah. So you better get to the explanating then.
Yes. I am from a potential future.
Okay.
Okay.
In this potential future, Meltdown was genetically modified and sent back as a living bomb and has replaced his current iteration. It's a little more complicated than that. Think of it as they modified future Meltdown and then slid him into the body of his past with those modifications existing. So there's two Meltdowns existing in the same space, and one is rigged to blow up in a catastrophic nuclear event, and I am here to stop it.
Oh,
And that's
We fight you, which witnessed is actually going to happen in the future.
ooh. Sorry, dude.
Did I die?
No,
Okay.
you were doing great.
wait.
You were,
No,
you were
no,
doing
I don't.
great.
What, Hepcat? Why are you lying to him?
Because we don't know what his impending doom will do to him, and we need him right now.
When does
Everybody
this fight
dies.
take place?
Looks like it takes place in about 3 hours.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
well.
okay.
So who are catch and release, and why are they after me in particular?
I have my suspicions, but I can't tell you, and I'm sorry. You'll have to trust me on this.
Oh, that's hard to come by right now, my friend.
That's fair, and I appreciate the position you're in, but I assure you that I mean no harm, and I'm only here to try to help prevent a catastrophic disaster.
Yeah, so you preventing the catastrophic disaster didn't seem to go super great in that hologram we saw
Yeah.
earlier.
Because I died.
Yeah. So what can we do to prevent that?
Well, was I fighting by myself, or did I have a team?
We only saw you.
So if we fight by your side, we change the future.
That's my best bet, unless you have an alternate plan.
No.
Do we have any idea how Meltdown is getting released from prison?
Well, they caught you. I suppose it's time for Release to do his job, maybe?
Yeah, so release frees people from he can but they're after me. Why would they need me?
I can't tell you. I'm sorry.
Oh, fate of the city at stake here, son.
Listen, Daddy-O.
Yes.
If it was relevant to the situation, I assure you I would do my best to tell you.
All right, so it's not relevant. So let's just not worry about those people right now.
So, but who sent you back in time? Who's that? And how did they figure this out? I need to know these things. These are relevant to me.
Sure. Catch and Release will be here soon, but I was sent back by your daughter, Sentry.
What now?
It's complicated. There was like a whole magical event, and it's not like a biological daughter, but it's more like a mental/spiritual offspring.
Sure. Okay.
Huh, you did
Tabitha. Sure.
that. It was easier than I thought it would be. All right. And they kind of head a whole superhero team thing, and it's a whole.
Okay.
Shindig.
Okay.
Okay. Can
Okay.
you?
But how did they do it? I need details on this.
Do you remember when I was like, time is weird?
Oh, that 10 minutes ago? Yes.
It's weird. And how we travel through time is equally weird, and it's uncomfortable, and I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
Okay.
I think
How
we
about
need to
this?
talk about it for the sake of humanity.
Well, can I ask real quick, Sentry? What's the range on that portal option on your arm there, and can it get us to the prison?
Yes and no. I can get to the prison. I don't know if I can get out. The whole 3-dimension thing. I don't really.
No, I don't mean inside the prison, but like if we can stop them right at the prison before they
Oh,
Right.
sure.
break out
Or-
meltdown.
You can stop them in a couple minutes when they get here.
Yeah, that would be good too.
Okay. So we should do that for sure.
All right.
We should just stop them. That just seems prudent.
Well, I mean, they're probably going to get in
As-
our way of trying to stop meltdown. So yeah.
Sweet. So I'm going to let you do that. I'm going to go deal with this meltdown thing and try to get ahead of that.
Whoa. If these guys are the ones releasing and we stop them, shouldn't you be here helping us stop them?
Yeah, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket because I'm from the future and I know who you are. So,
All right. How about
teamwork makes the dream work?
where are we going to meet
Not
you
every
later?
team is good. So,
At the nuclear reactor.
Yeah, but like when? Do we have a staging area? Do we have a plan? I'm feeling kind of stressed out about this.
I look forward to your plan and I will meet you in 3 hours at the site where I die. That's our staging area. Go team.
Wait,
And
what?
He backs into a portal and just flip.
Oh, I feel very unprepared now.
Yeah, I hope your future not really daughter is not dating that guy because he's the worst.
Same. They do not get my blessing.
Good. All right, we should prep. They're going to be coming in.
And
Maybe
the window to the laundromat explodes inward.
inward.
Pull out my taser.
Oh, we're inside the laundromat.
Yes, you're
Yeah,
inside.
we're yeah.
You pull out your taser. All right, roll initiative.
Yay!
Hey!
Catch and release are coming for you.
No.
Yes.
No.
I get to go before the baddies.
I hope you have a good plan.
All right, people before the baddies, go.
I think I'm going to I want to sneak attack,
Okay.
by going behind the row
You're
of,
gonna go, crouch behind the row of washers, and
washers.
then jump out and.
and then try to tase them.
Okay, sure.
Can I have 2 tasers now?
You know what? You have a utility belt. Roll a d6 on a 5 or 6. You have 2 tasers.
Okay.
60 but
I do have 2 tasers.
you packed your backup taser today.
I have both tasers today. I have one. I'm going to aim one at each baddie. One at catch, one at release.
All right.
All right. And I am successful.
Okay. So, you are hiding behind the washer, waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody else going before them?
No.
Okay. So Ketch steps through, and she's got a much smaller looking pulse rifle thing. And she's looking, and she's got it pointed at Hepcat. You didn't have to make this so hard. And she's going to take a shot, and you can jump out and get her if you want, Sentry.
Yes, I did. Boom.
Okay, give me your attack roll. Master, 2d6. Or 3d6, sorry.
Ooh. Success.
So you leap forward and full tasers. And you
Yep.
catch her right in the armpit.
Ooh.
And she clenches and the gun points up and goes off and blows a hole in the roof of the laundromat. And some poor person in the apartment above is looking through the hole in their floor now as this superhero fight unfolds below them. There's fluorescent lights swinging and flickering now.
Whoops.
She's
Sorry.
jerking to the side and she takes some damage and lets out an angry roar. And Release steps through and he's got this, it looks like a baseball bat sized shock baton.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
And he's holding with 2 hands and he just takes a big old swing at you, Sentry.
Rude.
Yeah, that's how it's
What?
going to play out. Ooh, and you are hit for 2 damage.
Oh.
As he cleans your clock just on the back of it with a shock baseball bat thing.
Oh no.
It just rings your bell. And there's little Releases running around your head for a minute, laughing and waving a bat in the air. All right, people who go after the baddies.
I'll take a shot. I'll focus, and then I'll take a shot at Release.
Okay, go for it.
Yes, I got a 4.
Awesome. So you shot, and hang on. He actually dodges out of the way as your blast flies out the window into an oncoming car that like skids to the side. And he's like, "Oh, fool me once."
That little so-and-so.
All right, go ahead, Wrecking Ball. Go ahead, Wrecking Ball.
Whichever corner I'm in. I'm going to pick up one of those giant industrial washers and chuck it at him.
All right, bring it.
And I do not manage to succeed.
You do pick up the washer, and you do throw it into the road. And the poor person whose car was just hit by the energy blast is like, "My car!" And then a washer just, boom! Ah!
Sorry.
You just take off down the street. All right, we're at the top of the order. It's going to be Sentry. Your turn. You get 2 actions. What do you want to do?
Ooh, I think I'm gonna take the blaster from, I guess it's Release, whoever I took out.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna
Well,
try
she's not taken out. She's just like shocked.
Okay,
right?
she's shocked. I want to take her blaster from
Hey,
her.
give me a 2d6 test to try to wrestle the gun away from her.
Ooh, I got 4.
Okay, that's not going to do it.
I don't succeed.
No. So you reach out and you grab the gun and try to pull it, and she's pulling it away from you, and she like shoves you away. What are you doing? You have one more action. What do you want to do?
Cry.
All right. You don't need to roll for that. You just do it. So good job.
Crying is a free action.
Crying is a free action. I want to see. Trying to look at my skills. Can I have mace?
Sure.
I want to mace her.
Okay.
I do not successfully mace her.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So
you
that's why I
aim
cry.
wildly in the air. The hit from your the hit from the previous spat has kind of left you ringing. And you know what?
That's what makes me cry.
Hey, Hepcat.
Yeah.
You see Sentry like try to mace Catch, and she stumbles backwards and ends up like macing herself in the face.
Okay.
Like rolling around on the ground, crying these tears, and it's just there's like this cloud of mace, and you quickly realize, oh right, mace is flammable, and there's like these broken fluorescent lights, and all of a sudden this little fireball erupts in the air, just like. Boom. And now Sentry is like yelling because her tie is on fire, and she's like,
"Not the tie!"
All right, hey, it's Catch and Release's turn. Catch and Release both kind of look at Sentry, who is in the midst of a very impromptu stop, drop, and roll, as sobs and tears rack.
It's more like huddle and rock and cry.
Okay, as like flames are freaking up. And like Release looks at you. Do you want to come quietly now?
Looks at me.
Yeah.
Hepcat? No.
All right. And he like and you reach and he pulls out a gun and he fires at you. Roll my dice.
Whippersnapper.
Ooh, and he hits you with a dart. So this dart like embeds itself in you. I need you to make a save test. So roll 2d6. I'm looking for a 5 or 6.
I don't suppose boxcars means anything.
It means you were successful.
Yeah, but like doubly successful or
well, you're good.
2 6s.
Okay, you managed to resist the tranquilizer and pull it out and throw it on the ground, and he looks a little annoyed by this, and he reloads his drink.
I can imagine he would be.
And Catch turns and points the pulse rifle at Wrecking Ball. Are you gonna throw another washer?
Maybe.
And she shoots you.
Ah, no.
Give me a roll as the energy blast hits you. 1d6.
1d6. Oh, jeez.
Yep.
I got a 2. That's not good.
So you are actually lifted up by this bolt of energy and suspended in like a little mini anti-gravity field. You're just floating there in the air like you're in 0G.
I don't. This is weird. This feels weird.
And she like looks at you and non-lethal conflict resolution is the best way to resolve a conflict. Just hang out there for a minute.
Hey.
Your turn. Those of you who go after the bad guys.
Is this coming out of the gun that Catch is holding?
Yeah.
This thing? Okay. I'm going to try shooting that gun again.
Oh, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, huh?
Well, it's been working.
Wait. Last time you did that.
Call it working?
Wait. Last time you did
It
that.
stopped them. I got a 6 and a 5.
All right, you blast the gun, and the blue containment field starts to crackle, and you hear the whoa as it vibrates, and the antimatter matter.
Does it drop me, or is it still holding me suspended?
No, you're still in the air.
Ah!
What?
I
She looks at the gun, and she looks at you, and she looks at the gun, and she looks at you, and really?
Yeah, really. And then my force field. Bring it up. It's my second action.
Here, catch, sentry, and she throws the gun at you, and they both like take off out the window.
Turn it off and let me down.
Do I know how to turn this thing off?
Well,
Nope,
this
but you
is
can make a
fun.
test to do so, but you'll be at disadvantage because you've got
Yeah, I got
something in
mace
your
eyes.
and you're on fire.
I got a 5. I know how to turn it off.
There's a power switch that says off and on.
Oh, thank you.
Boom.
Died.
Yep.
Where do they keep getting the guns? Shot so many of them.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab this one and yeet it again. I don't know where a safe direction is though. We're in a different part of town.
Yeah, give me a. Oh my gosh.
But no, don't. If she starts to wind up, I want to say no. Wait,
It's
wait.
gonna explode.
Is it going to explode still? Is it looking like
No, it got
it's
turned
going
off.
to explode? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just a broken gun now.
Oh,
But let's
okay.
not leave it for little kids to find. That would be bad.
Good point.
Yeah.
Put it inside
Um,
one of the dryers.
Take it with us.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with take it with us.
I'd say we head towards the power plant.
Yeah. That's the next place we have to go. Hopefully that keeps catch and release off our tails for a little while anyway.
How are you gonna get there?
How far away are we?
A couple miles.
Guess we're running.
Can we take the
Can we take a bus?
the bus, the train,
Or a
the
subway.
futuristic light
Yeah, the
monorail?
Light rail.
Monorail, sure.
I got to step out for a second while we figure this out.
All right, why don't we take a quick 5-minute break and we'll come back.
Okay.
All right. Sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
We'll see everybody in 5 minutes at what is 8:38 my time.
Right.
Cool.
9:38 on the East Coast. Everybody's taking a 5-minute break. I'm gonna sit here, I guess. Interact with people online.
I'll stay here and interact with you.
Yay, thanks, Alan.
No problem.
That's great. You had another superhero game release like today, didn't you?
So I am writing. Oh, yeah, I guess promotion time. I am writing the setting Midnight City for Sigil Entertainment's S5E superhero role playing engine. It's on Kickstarter today. It's already funded. You can go check it out.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a 5th edition rule set powered superhero RPG.
Oh, cool.
Written by Eugene Marshall, the same guy who wrote Ancestry and Culture, which is that best-selling 5e supplement. And I'm writing the setting. It's sort of a Iron Age, No Man's Land meets 4-color superhero thing. It's a little weird.
Oh, that's fun.
Your superhero's stuck in a Gotham-esque No Man Land kind of city where magic has permanently made it dark all the time, even when the sun's up. And you're trying to sort of reclaim the city. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan.
Hi, I'm back.
Dan has returned. We're
You're,
still in our official intermission time, so
Your wife
pressure.
and your girls are watching, and they're talking about it in the Discord.
Oh, nice.
They're very
Hopefully
invested.
Hopefully I'm impressing them.
I will it has saved you from me killing your character now. So congratulations. And we're all back early. So let's just roll back into it early. All
Yeah,
right.
that works.
Yeah.
That works.
Okay, so you have all got on the light monorail, the Arrow City Quiver, as it's called.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. Always be branding.
yeah.
Always be branding.
You tag your passes and you get on here as it zips towards the. And we got that weird, awkward superhero movie like brief moment of quiet where the superheroes are just doing something super mundane in their super outfits, and like civilians are like looking at them.
Like, what is going on? Oh no, is the monorail about to get attacked by bad guys? I don't want to be here right now.
And a little bit later, you're dumped off near the power plant. And
Right.
you exit, and you can see a faint glow coming from the square in the center of the power plant area where you saw the holographic crater before.
Oh, yay. That's not ominous at all.
Yeah. Let's. Quick question: with that force field ability, is there any way I can throw that around someone else to like contain?
You only have it at tier 1, correct?
I would assume.
Yes. So at higher levels you can, but at the level
Okay.
you have it at, your character can only use it to protect yourself freely.
Oh, my blast can be a blast tier 2. I didn't see that. Okay, good to know.
You shoot better than you thought.
Yep.
All right. So you can actually see Meltdown standing in the middle of this square, and he's actually surrounded by a strange nimbus of like fluorescent pink energy that's like oscillating wildly around him in like a loopy circle. And what? Do you not like my description, my comic book sound description effects, loopy circle?
Your
I love it.
descriptions are fantastic.
Diana is just like laughing at me every time I describe something now.
I enjoy it.
It's the
la-
joyful.
joy,
word.
right.
It makes me very self-conscious because out of the corner of my eye, there's just somebody laughing at me all the time.
No,
I don't know how to
we're
respond.
laughing with you in enjoyment.
Okay, like,
You're
you
good.
probably, like, if you've listened to Christmastide, I love a theme a lot.
Well, I am
Like-
on brand, so here we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is continuing, and you see this pink energy start to slow for a minute, and it kind of just like winks out of existence with a whoop noise. And Meltdown is standing there, and he looks really confused.
I'm guessing that we're too late to stop the future insertion thingy.
Whoops.
And he kind of twitches, and his face actually seems to shift for a minute. There's like gray on his temples, and you see lines in his face, and then it like snaps back to his younger look. It's got that movie effect where it's like kind of stretches for a minute as he moves different,
Yeah.
like time-lapsey movie effect they do.
Maybe that's not the other one.
And his
Maybe-
nose is bleeding. What is happening?
Meltdown, you're being used by horrible people in the future. We want to help you, but you got to come away from here.
Who are you?
I'm Hepcat.
Who?
One of the heroes of the... Oh, good grief. Never mind. I'm one of the heroes of the city.
You probably don't recognize me without my tie, but I'm Sentry.
And he like twitches, and like the gray and the wrinkles and lines come back for a minute, and his eyes are just angry and full of hatred. And he looks at you and have cats.
No. Hold
And he-
on.
Pulls back, and you see his hands glow,
Oh no.
Oh, force field.
and he blast of nuclear energy at you. Now your force field means he only hits you on a 6, actually, rather than a 5 or 6.
Correct.
So he will miss.
Yes.
So it hits your force field, and you manage to shunt it off into the sky, kind of harmlessly dissipating the nuclear energy. And then he
Excellent.
snaps back to his younger-looking self. He's like, "Oh!" And he's holding his nose, and more blood is running down his nose now, and it's starting to come out of his ears a little bit.
Oh, Meltdown, you need to resist, and maybe getting away from here would be a good idea too.
And you're like, "Where are we?" And he's kind of looking. Are we at the power plant?
Yeah, we're at the power plant. It's a bad place to be. We should go.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Well,
No. People are using you. to do more than you would want. You're gonna like kill millions if this goes on for no cause. That doesn't do any good.
He's gonna give me a like a persuasion roll. 1d6 because you're heroes and he doesn't believe you.
Yeah,
He's kind of
Fair.
some Batmans.
totally fair. That would be a 1.
And he jerks, and that old version appears again, and just a blast of energy at you again.
Yeah, my shield is still up, so
He will miss you again.
excellent.
But it hit it hit hotter and harder this time. Like you can feel the power level increasing every time old Meltdown vanishes and comes back. He's coming back at like an escalated rate.
Okay.
And he kind of jerks back to young self, and now he's bleeding out of his eyes.
Oh, Meltdown!
Okay.
You can see this isn't good. This is obviously not good.
We gotta go. They're just gonna hurt you and tear you apart.
Yeah. And he kind of stops for a minute, and like it's that quiet calm settles for a minute, and he make me. And like his whole body starts to glow, and you see old Meltdown appear and not disappear.
Ugh.
And we're gonna roll initiative.
Yeah.
But you all
Yeah.
disadvantage. So 1 dice.
We have disadvantage. 6. Sweet.
All right, Hepcat, you're up. Go.
God, I'm nervous about blasting in a nuclear villain in a nuclear power plant plaza, especially one who's primed to be a bomb. But I can't do anything else except evade and blast and force field. And
Well, you can try to be creative. I mean, if you got a creative use of something, give it to me.
How? I'm sorry. I need another description of Meltdown. How big is he? As big as Wrecking Ball, or is he like
No. He's
a broad
maybe tall, broad for a man, middle aged.
Okay.
Like 6'2", maybe 260 pounds.
Okay. Here's what I would like to do. I would like to use one of my actions to blast a narrow beam at the ground at his feet to try and create basically a narrow hole that he can't just quite jump out of. But you
want to just drop like knee deep into a little hole you blast under his feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a roll.
I can use 2 on this.
You can use 3 on this.
I can use 3 on this.
Aren't you mastered with your blaster?
I don't know. It doesn't say. I don't see where it says that.
Wasn't your mastered attack your blaster?
I don't have a mastered attack listed.
So it's your blaster. You could just say it's your blaster.
You get 1 mastered attack. Do you want it to be your blaster?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, roll 3d6.
Okay. Cool.
You have to
6.
say you're a master blaster.
And a 5. My master blaster from the hip. Again, the force field drops. The gun comes out of the hip replacement and shoots right at the ground. A narrow focus beam.
It works. The ground like explodes, and he falls about knee deep into this hole.
Okay.
You
And
get
then,
one action.
with my second action, is if hitting just kind of fists, does that also just do like 1 point of damage, or is that
You just, because it's not your mastered weapon, you're only going to get 1 dice on the attack.
just 1 dice? Okay.
Yeah, you have disadvantage because you're not mastered with it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see if I can punch him and not blast up a dangerous glowing guy. No, that would be that's not my usual mode of attack. I'm rusty.
Well, and it's kind of hard to get yourself psyched up to punch a radioactive guy in the face.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not something people want to do.
Yeah.
All right, his turn. So you notice the hole you knocked him into, right? There's this little crater. It's all jagged and concretey. The edges are actually bubbling and starting to melt and run in little rivers of melting cement and concrete.
Oh, God.
pooling in there, and as it pools in there, he's actually standing on top of it as it rises.
Ah!
He's floating like an inch off of it, and you can feel like physical waves of heat emanating from him, and you can feel like your arm hairs singeing just by being within 15 feet of him. And he looks, you've never seen such like just volatile anger on a face before. There's blood running out of his nose, his mouth, his ears, and his eyes, and just anger is all at you. Not them, you, Hepcat.
I didn't do anything.
And his whole
I'm going
body,
to take this personally, young man.
his whole body glows with this orange black light, right? The orange glow with the black cornea that like seems to exude from it. And his whole body tenses, and then there's just this whoop and release of energy as he points both hands at you, and this torrent of nuclear fire just rushes towards you.
Awesome.
Yeah, you want to roll some dice?
Yeah. Sounds like.
Ooh, he hit you.
Yeah.
And you're going to take 3 damage.
Oh.
3. All right.
Oh.
For context, noble viewers, the average hero has 6. So that is a half health hit for the average hero.
Bad. It's very bad.
No bad.
And you
No
go
bad.
somersaulting backwards. Your clothes are singed and burnt, and your skin is red or blackened in some points where this has hit you, and the energy.
I've got that kind of metal sheen on me, so I
Right.
imagine it's bubbling in places. And,
Yeah, bubbling or looks singed and like almost like something like burned the individual molecular threads of the metal.
Yeah. My cat.
And he, like his glow has dissipated with the release of energy. He looks a little less overcharged. But
Okay.
you can see it getting brighter again, and he's floating a little higher. And the bubbling ground is the ground is actually starting to ripple. Like there's ripples in the cement moving away from him, and then they like dissipate and they cool and solidify when they get far enough from his heat that they can't be that hot anymore. So the ground is physically rippling, and the heat waves are pushing it away in these ripples of molten cement and concrete until it gets far enough away that it cools and freezes. So you can see the center of this thing just becoming this pool of molten concrete, and he's floating above it. And it's the turn of the 2 who go after him.
Ah. Yeah.
I'll go.
Okay. If you have something
You gonna run up and
smart,
tase him?
if you have something
No.
smart to do,
No.
you go for it. Because I only have something dumb to do.
I want to try to emotionally disarm him
Okay.
with some knowledge of his past.
Give it to me. What do you got?
Well, do I want to talk to him about like his
Okay.
dog or something that he misses.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a test. I'll do 2d6. You don't get advantage, but I won't make you take full disadvantage on it either.
I do not do well with this.
Oh no.
You're like, my mom was named Martha too, and he's like, what?
I mentioned
Russian.
yeah. Like he didn't like that family member at all. So mentioning them does nothing. Nothing.
You have a
Oh,
second
okay.
action. What do you want to do with your second action?
I'm gonna tase him. I'm gonna get close enough to try and tase them, not on the suit, but on their actual being, their physical
Okay.
body.
All right. You are going to take damage if you get that close to him, just by being that close to him.
Yeah.
Okay. You will take 1 damage.
Yes! All successes! All successes!
So mark your 1 damage,
Fine.
and then you jam
Gladly
your
take it.
taser, and as your taser, the plastic of your taser is physically melting in your hand.
Fine.
And you can see the batteries like bubbling and warping in this weird, like you're in a ground zero event, right? And time and reality are a little bit different. Things warp because of the heat. They seem different. And your taser hits him, and like this electricity, you can see it course over, like physically course over his skin, almost in slow motion as it is discharged from the taser. And the taser melts, and you jerk your hand back, and there's molten plastic like running down your arm. The batteries have dissolved. And he like jerks and he catapults to the side like you would hit him with a truck almost. Just boom. As the discharge from the energy you force through the taser like knocks him into a wall, and he's like half stuck in a wall, like hunched in the side of the reactor. And he's still
Where's
bleeding.
it?
He's still glowing, but it's much fainter. And your
Nice.
taser is ruined.
Well, I have 2, so it's fine.
All right, Wrecking Ball, you're up.
I still have that semi-broken pulse
Yes.
rifle thing from earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna run over and grab onto. Yes, I know it's gonna hurt. I'm gonna grab onto Meltdown.
Okay.
And then I'm going to leap us off into the harbor, which
Okay.
we established earlier is nearby.
Okay. I'm not going to even make you test for that. I'm going to let you take. That's going to take both your actions.
Yes.
But I mean, you have super jump, and you can jump into the water. It's not that hard. So you.
I want to let go of this guy over the water before I land.
Okay, with the gun on him or you, or is the gun not relevant to this? Because
I'm gonna hang on to. No, I'm gonna hang on to it for right now.
All right. So you like jump and just drop him into the water.
Yes, and then I'm gonna splash down a little
Okay.
further away.
Okay. All right. So he hits the water and like the glow vanishes, and you just don't see him anymore.
You don't.
Did he sink?
Yes, like a rock,
Ah,
like a radioactive tungsten rod from the center of a power plant.
okay. Well, he's in the water now. That should slow him down.
How far out to the water did they get?
We'll call it 200 feet. I mean, super jump. She can jump pretty far. She can jump city
Yeah.
blocks. So
Yeah.
she's
So
a good
200 feet out from shore.
Yeah, give or take.
Okay.
We'll say a football field. We'll call it a full football field.
Okay. 100
I'll
yards.
pull out my Geiger counter to measure how much radiation I can detect.
Oh yeah, it's melted and fried.
I throw
Well,
it
that's
into the
not
ocean.
good.
Well, I mean, you walk right up to a radioactive like nuclear power, so
Eh.
it's not that highly rated of a Geiger counter. Got it on Amazon. What do you want here?
I
Quality. I want quality. Throw it in the ocean.
yeah, I think we should head towards the shore and keep an eye on where he dropped and see.
Okay. Sure. So Wrecking Ball, are you swimming back to shore?
I'm gonna swim back to where I dropped this
Yeah.
guy.
Sure. As you get closer, you see the water starting to kind of glow orange and start to bubble.
Sounds about right.
And all of a sudden, the part of the ocean here becomes functionally a saltwater sauna
Ooh.
as the water starts to like evaporate
Oh my.
where he is because he's so just overcharged at this point. He's literally evaporating the water. You're going to have to make me a save test because you are in the middle of boiling, scalding
Ah,
sauna water, salt water. This is not going to feel good.
no. Ow. Okay, I do make the save though.
Okay, so you're only going to take 1 damage.
Ow. How
Um,
much did I take from just grabbing onto him earlier? I don't remember.
None because he had been discharged by the
Oh, yeah,
taser.
he had just discharged.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
And the water is actually physically being pushed away from him by the waves of heat he's emanating. Like there's a little bubble of air under the water now that he has created just by existing, and you can see him walking towards the shore, leaving burning footprints in the seafloor behind him.
Well, that's dramatic.
Thank you.
What's the range on my blaster?
Ranged weapon. Can you see him? You can shoot him.
Okay. I want to shoot him as he's walking towards the shore.
Okay, he's underwater, which makes it a little harder, so I'm going to give you disadvantage on this. Only 1 dice.
Okay.
You can focus first, so you can do 4, 5, or 6 on 1 dice if you want.
Okay. It's my master weapon, which is usually 3 dice. So does disadvantage on that mean 2 dice?
Nope, disadvantage always overrides.
Bummer.
Yeah.
And
So the GM can say this is just hard, no matter what.
yeah, no, I get it. I get it. And I'm still going to argue my case, though.
That's
You said the water was pushing
No,
out
one
and
dice.
away from him.
No,
All right.
this.
All right. Well, I'm going to use my special dice then.
That's fine.
And I am going to focus.
Okay, that's fine.
4.
All right, that's all you need. So you cut through the first couple dozen meters of water, and then you blow into that air dome he had created, and you blast him, and you catch him like right in the knees. He does like a full flop into the seafloor, and the water comes crushing in on him, and you see like his light go really dim as it cools him down.
Okay. Then I'll throw up my force field just in case.
Okay. And you see the light starting to build back up.
Okay.
You want to do anything?
I'm trying to keep up with this guy. Obviously, I'm a bad swimmer, but I'm going to try to keep up with where this guy is, because when
you can bypass him and get to the shore before him, so you're waiting for him.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just say you do that. So a couple of seconds later, you see Wrecking Ball come swimming out of the ocean, wading through the surf, and you can see the orange glow in the water moving towards you again.
Do we have a plan on how we're going to slow this down? Where the heck is?
No.
Where the heck is what's his name?
Boom! And Power Down lands right next to you.
Thank
you.
you.
Early.
What? He was here and he started
to die for another hour.
He started getting all evil and
he showed up and started attacking us. We had to take care of it.
This is bad.
How?
How is it good?
Do you have a way to contain him so that he doesn't explode all over the city?
Yes.
What does it need? How do we help you?
We got to let him get on shore and get into the power plant.
Into the power plant?
Whoa.
The power plant has and he's like watching the bubble come closer. The power plant has a cooling facility as well as an AI failsafe with suppressant materials. We are going to collapse the suppressant portion on him and lock him down in there and try to permanently deactivate him. Think of him as a rogue reactor, and we're going to pull out all the stops with all the best technology we can to suppress him.
Can I try and tell if he's bullshitting us?
Oh, sure. Yeah, roll some dice. 2 dice.
Yeah. Don't walk away from me.
And I want to roll to know if this is this is factual.
Okay, go ahead and roll. That's fine.
And I rolled 2 1s.
Okay, so you're like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I got 2s.
I mean, it sounds accurate, right? Like there would be suppression stuff.
Sounds legit.
Isn't
I mean, this is what was missing in Chernobyl, so you'd think they'd learn.
All right. Why don't you guys go ahead and set it up? He's pissed at me for whatever reason, and I can lead him.
Are you sure you don't know? Maybe if you just say you're sorry.
So Power Down projects a holographic view of the reactor. All right, Wrecking Ball, I need you to go here. I need you to break this boiler so the water breaks out of it. Sentry, I need you to go to the main computer frame here. I need you to run, and he gives you like a USB stick kind of thingy. I need you to plug this in and then type in the override code, and he gives you the code.
Okay.
To engage the safety protocols and override the automated failsafes.
Mm-hmm.
And Hepcat and I will handle him in the square until you get there. I can try to absorb as much energy as possible, and Hepcat can keep him focused.
Don't we need to bring him in?
Yeah, we're gonna go wait for him there because he's coming.
Okay.
And like he grabs you by the belt and like zoom, you guys zoom off to the center.
Yeah, don't do that again, son. I don't like to fly.
All right, well I won't do that again. Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna leap my way toward this what was it, the boiler or the tank? What was it?
It's like a water boiler for the water system that like
right, the boiler. Okay.
Coolant, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna leap my way to the boiler and start smashing.
Okay. You're gonna have to make 3 successful tests to smash it enough.
All right.
So give me your first test.
My preferred attack is smashing, just so
That
you
makes
know.
sense. I'm not shocked to hear that at all.
All right, I have successfully done 1 smash.
Okay. Accidentally added myself to a voice chat in the Discord. Sorry, Discord people.
Oops.
Great. So you smash in this big dent in water and rivets, right? Sentry, are you going to the computer?
Yes.
Okay. You rush towards the computer. There's a bunch of debris and gunk in the way. You have to give me a acrobatic style test to like dodge over it all and kind of parkour your way through.
Okay, so how many is that?
Do you have a trait like acrobatics that gives you advantage?
Nope, I do
Then you
not.
get 2 dice.
2 dice.
Yep.
I am successful.
Okay, you are a third of the way there. You are rushing towards the computer.
It's so dirty.
You and Showdown are in this. You and Power Down. Showdown. You and Power Down are in the square for the showdown. When Meltdown. This is getting problematic.
Give us the
I'm down
lowdown.
with it, Daddy-O. I'm down
Comes
with
to
it.
give you the beat down. Boom. I did that. There we go. And that was Alan's freestyle superhero rap. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm both
All right,
proud of and embarrassed for all of us.
Yeah, that's fair. And he comes in and he's got that same, the concrete is rippling as he kind of floats a half foot above it, kind of just coming through. And he's looking at both you and Power Down and he's it's always good to get 2 chances to do something right.
That's ominous.
And he pulls back and he sends a blast of energy at you. And Power Down like swoops in the way and actually catches it. And you see it like absorbed into his suit. And like the power lines in his suit start to glow orange. And he's standing there like kind of doing this as it hits him. He's like, can you do something to like distract him before I overload?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll.
That was another
dodge.
3 energy. That was another 3 energy blast. So
Oh, okay. I'll run around,
Okay.
kind of away from Power Down, and take another blaster shot at Meltdown.
all right.
I get to do 3 because there's no C in the way.
There is no C in the way.
I'm not going to focus, however.
Okay.
'Cause I'm going to save that second action.
Yeah.
But there's a 5 in there,
Hey.
so that's good.
So you shoot him and he like jerks to the side and the energy beam dissipates. And you can see like steam coming off of Power Down's suit or like he's overloading and his gauntlets like a little singed and blacked and melted a little bit. Like he moves a little harder.
Okay. And then I'm going to throw out my force field.
Boom. Okay.
And just shout out real quick. Just Meltdown, what's this all about?
All right. Give me a
Get it
smash up there, Wrecking.
Just smash the boiler.
As Wrecking Ball is smashing, you get to the main door, at least to the computer room, Sentry. All right. And you have to hack in through the keypad. So give me a 3d6 test to hack the keypad. Wrecking Ball, you're smashing the boiler and there's bigger dents.
I'm so successful at hacking.
Yeah. You like look at the keypad and it just opens. Like, all right, we know where this is going. So smashing, rivets are popping and it's doing like the rivet pop water spray. And you burst through the door into the computer room, Sentry. Hepcat, Meltdown is sending a blast of energy at both you and Power Down. So
Okay.
on the roll, you have your force field up, so he needs a 6.
I do.
He misses. Your force field shunts it off into one of the reactors where it like hits the concrete reactor wall and boom.
The cooling towers.
Looks like it's okay right now, but this is the one that already got shot by release and catch.
Yeah.
So it's taking some damage here.
Any sign of catch and release, by the by? Are they
Nope.
anywhere near?
You don't see him anywhere yet.
Okay.
And Power Down gets blasted, and you see one of his arms get like blown off completely, just like singed and eradicated from the energy, like just disintegrated off.
Does
there's-
it look, just out of curiosity, does it look like there's robot wires underneath, or does it look like
It looks like
singed
a mix. You see bone and
cybernetic.
blood and wires and stuff.
Oh,
And the metal there is kind of silvery and a weird nano titanium looking thing.
No.
And we're going to go to Sentry. Break the ding.
Oh, I don't get to take another shot
Oh,
at it?
no, sorry. Go ahead. Take a shot.
Okay. There's a 5.
Okay. You blast him and he jerks to the side and you can see like where he's being shot, his suit is disappearing and like his skin is glowing and crackling with energy and cracking underneath. But every time you shoot him, his energy seems to dissipate a little bit. Like it's like lessening him.
Okay. Good. Go ahead.
Keep your force field up as your other action.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Throw it back up.
Sentry, give me the smash. Wrecking Ball, give me the smash. Sentry, give me the hack.
3. Yay! I got
Right.
one.
I don't smash.
Oh, a third of the team missed the timing.
Uh,
Oh no! So you hit the code, and the alarms go off, and like foam suppressant starts spraying everywhere, and the alarms and Sentry like slip. Wrecking Ball. My gosh, Wrecking Ball slips in the water that's been spilling, and like just completely fails to connect for the final blow to the boiler. And so foam is spraying in the square, and it's hitting him, but it doesn't see. It's like starting to bubble off because without the water, he's not being cooled enough, and he's like resisting it. You're gonna have to try to make another turn for Wrecking Ball here. And he turns and he looks at you, Hepcat, and he makes his attack. And you've learned to judge how much energy is in these attacks, right? He had done that one that did 3 to you before. This looks twice as bright. Like this is somebody giving it all he's got.
Okay. Just real quick, and I'm probably not going to make a difference, but I would have healed the 3 that I took.
Yeah,
by this
that's
point.
fine. You can have it.
But I'm a full 6, so if he hits, that's to 0, I guess.
All right. And he sends his blast. You have your force field up, so he needs a 6 to hit you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like, I got this. And then at the last, as it's coming in, you're like, oh, wait. Oh, yeah, my force field can't do this. This is next level damage. Like, this is like a nuclear meltdown level event coming at me. And Power Down shoots in the way and catches the blow on his chest. And you see shards of armor and flesh and bone and wire spray everywhere. And like he goes crashing down, but his gauntlets are glowing and he seems to have like redirected the energy and he's keeping the conduit open and draining Meltdown.
Okay.
Like by forcing him to pump the energy. I mean, you can see like the metal and flesh on Power Down starting to bubble and fuse and melt as like he's overloading with energy as he tries to absorb this all.
Okay.
Give me your action. What do you do?
I'm going to take another shot at Meltdown to try and dissipate some of this energy that's going to Power Down. Another 5.
Okay. So you blast him, and one of his arms jerks loose, but there's still energy flowing into Power Down from his other hand.
There is.
And he's recharging way too fast now. You're like, you lessen him, but he's back. Like it's just he's building the cycle, right?
Okay.
This is the imminent event coming.
Okay. I'm gonna I don't know if I can do all of this, but I want to bring the force field back up and step between Power Down and the beam.
Done. Give it to me. All right. I'm going to need you to make a save test, though.
Sure.
Nice.
All right. 5 or 6?
Yep.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. So you throw your force field up, and you see like the energy hit your force field, and it's crackling. And like you can actually see for the first time in your life the physical manifestation of your force field because the energy is so like intense as it's hitting. You can see, and it's like you can see your force field actually like cracking on a subatomic level.
Okay.
And you can feel it like you can feel the bones in your arm starting to like splinter and crack as you try to hold it forward. You're gonna take. I'm gonna give you 4 damage.
All right.
As you're trying to hold this forward. Hey, Wrecking Ball. Don't flub it, maybe.
I did it! I smashed!
So you jump up and you just lift the boiler off the ground. Like not even trying to break it. Just and water comes pouring out into the square and everywhere, and it hits the foam and melts down, starts like it wipes him at the legs. You see him start to like diminish, and he looks and his face blinks again. He's young again for a minute, and he looks really confused. And the old Meltdown is back for a minute as more water and foam hits him, and he like gets rocked, and the connection between where he's blasting your shield starts to dissipate. You're going to take 2 more damage though before it's fully gone.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I regenerate 1 at the beginning of my turn.
Yep. So you have 1 left.
So I have 1 left. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And he collapses to the ground, and like he finally powers down fully. But the ground is like a frozen, rippled mass of concrete that is like where heat blasts have like sent it rippling, and plants and everything is just scarred and scattered. Like there was a massive explosion here, and it just melted everything. And the Sentry and Wrecking Ball come rushing out, and you see, and your regeneration has kind of stopped working a little bit.
Okay. I would imagine my systems are
You might have some
We
damage.
did.
Yeah. I
Uh,
want to immediately turn to power down and see if I can get him out of his armor and get him. See what
as
his
you try
damage-
to, you realize that they're not different. He is the armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like they are. It's physically. It's his skin almost.
Okay.
And he kind of. It's fine. I was supposed to die. I'm a little early.
Son, I know you're dying, and you acted very heroically here today, but we're going to need some kind of explanation from you, son. What the hell just happened?
You stopped him, right?
We stopped him, all of
Yup.
us,
Yep.
as a team.
And I think you're good to go.
Okay.
And he kind of. You can tell he's dying. Like he is done. This is the end,
Uh-huh.
right? And he doesn't have much in him. He's not going to be able to give you a full explanation, but he kind of just when they and he like looks at his body. He's like, oh, well, I'll see you in 30 years, I guess.
Did he say 30?
30. He kind of just stops and
Oh. Oh.
Damn it.
And upon autopsy, you'll find out he has a metal hip that has overgrown his body,
Oh no.
taken control. So you were saved by future you,
Yeah.
Yay.
and you have saved the day.
By dying. I died heroically, and I still saved the day.
But yeah, so that is Tiny Supers.
That's a fun
I want to
game.
thank my awesome cast of players for going along with it and being such great sports and really giving me all this energy and fun to the game. Thank you so much, you all.
Yeah, thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
You designed a very fun game, my friend, and you run a
Yes.
good one.
Thank you.
So, all right.
Yes, thank you, everybody. We'll go around real quick and just let the viewers know where they can find you. Alan, go for it.
I'm Alan Barr of Gallant Night Games. You can find me at www.gallantnightgames.com, www.alanbarr.net, facebook.com/gallantnightgames, facebook.com/alanbarrwrites, Alan, Twitter at Alan Barr, Twitter at GallantKGames. You can catch us on Thursdays streaming Tiny Cthulhu actual play campaign Yukon Dark, which is a Lovecraftian cosmic horror game set in the gold rush in Alaska. I'm a player, not the GM, and I am playing a sled dog musher, so it's a lot of fun. You get to watch me freak out about my poor dogs being terrified, and everything I do is about protecting those dogs. So I'm a bitter, hardened survivalist who loves his dogs super dearly.
It's amazing.
Nice.
That's me. Thanks, everybody.
Yes, Diana, let everyone know where they can find you.
You can find me on the Twitters at Modcaster, MAUDCASTER. My podcasts are Christmastide, Ohio, and Powered by the Players.
Awesome. Dan, do you want to be found?
You can find me on Twitter. Flip my name at Heinrich Dan.
There we
but
go.
honestly, I don't do much with it, so there's not a whole lot of point. I don't have any live plays, but hey, I'll join one if you want me. But definitely check out the new RPG Grimm World, GRIMM, like Brothers Grimm, set in Regency era where the fantasy, the fairy tales are real, and it's a great mechanic. It's a fun new game that I play tested from Deep Seven Press. Check it out.
And that's awesome. Thank you. And I'm Amanda Call. You can find me on my webcomic Age of Night. That's ageofnight.com. And you can find me on Twitter at Age of Night and Instagram at Amanda Call Art. And thank you everyone so much. And
you.
there's still 3 more days of the Convention of
Yay!
Heroes. So check out the schedule and you'll get to see more cool stuff like this. All right. Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody.
Thank you.
And-
Have a good night.
Have a good night.